All right, here we are at Beauport Financial Services with Dave McKechnie, and we're going to talk about something, a passion project of sorts for you, which is the Philanthropy in Action Initiative. Is that right?
That's right. Great to be with you, Joe.
It's great to be with you. Now, you had a big part in developing the Cape Ann YMCA. You told me that you had started thinking about that in 2009. Is that right?
Yeah, not just me, but Jack Meany and a whole bunch of other as the Fuller School became eligible for surplus property, that's when we said, geez, this could be a great opportunity for the Y and the city to collaborate together.
And it became something that drove you. It was like it was a passion project of yours.
Right. Our Y wasn't working anymore downtown, we saw this opportunity to build a new YMCA in a really great location with plenty of parking, and there was a bunch of people that didn't think that we could get it done, couldn't raise the money, and there were other competing projects, but Jack Meany's leadership and others were able to pull off Gloucester Crossing and put a public and private partnership together. It was a really, really fun thing to work on.
So as a super successful guy that has helped countless people in the community, not just through the YMCA, because I'm there every day and I see people that are a lot of elderly people that are in incredible shape that probably wouldn't be up there if that hadn't been built. You can't put a price tag on health. And because of all the work that you did with that group, Jack Meany and others, it's a gift to the city. Now, that's kind of in the rearview mirror for you, and now you're thinking to yourself, what? I'd like to do another project that's going to help a lot of people, right?
Right. Yeah, and so, because of the success of that, it's like, what can we do next? Derek and I went out and got our Chartered Advisors in Philanthropy designation. And a friend of mine in Asheville, North Carolina, a bunch of years ago, went out and made a pledge to his community that he could raise $100 million of charitable capital for the charities in Asheville, North Carolina area. And he stopped counting a few years ago at $134 million. Wow. And so a couple of years ago at our holiday party, or a year ago at our holiday party, we decided that we would make the big, hairy, audacious goal of trying to do it here on Cape Ann, not to any one charity, but a whole bunch of charities, and to see if we couldn't educate the public a little bit more, help the development officers that always have way more on their plate than they can handle here, and so we wanted to see if we couldn't help motivate a bunch of donors in the community to make sure that this community continues to thrive, going forward. And being able to talk to you and what Good Morning Gloucester does, I wanted to reach out to you as well, because I know how passionate you are about Gloucester and Cape Ann.
Well, Gloucester's always been a place that rises up for people in need, and where there is need, they always rise up. But there are ways to do it that people may not know about that actually can be beneficial on both sides of it. It can be beneficial to the person that has the means and wants to get the money into the right places, but doesn't know the right way to do it.
Yeah,
right.
It's true, and they know on an ancillary basis, like that maybe it's better to give highly appreciated stock away as opposed to cash. But when it comes down to it, it's the end of the year. What are we doing? We're going to write our checks to the various charities. There's not, sometimes as much thought as there should be about how you can give away a highly appreciated stock as opposed to cash, or give away a portion of a business, or a portion of a two-family house that that is available. And so we're really on a mission to teach people about these tools and actually help execute for them. And so what we're finding is that the giving that happened at the YMCA, which was the largest amount ever raised in Cape Ann, a lot of those assets did not come from cash. They came from other sources. And the gifts were sometimes 3, 4, 5 times bigger when we started to educate them about different vehicles and different assets that they could use. And there was a little bit of an aha moment going on. And that's what we want to try to deliver to the community here, is to say to them, hey, we're going to have plenty of money for ourselves. We want to take care of our kids, but we also want to have some charitable capital left over. If you can prove to me that I can so that the nonprofit wins, but more importantly that my family wins and my wife and I win, then we're really onto something special.
Yeah, because you could potentially be giving X in a certain way that you could have give X times 2, but after the tax strategies or the actual impact to your portfolio is impacted the same way, but you're giving much more.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Or you're giving more money, or you're giving the same amount of money for a third less in some cases. So we're having fun at it, and want to get the word out. There's a lot of wealthy folks that live here on Cape Ann. There's a lot of semi-wealthy folks here that live on Cape Ann as well. And we have some very, very special nonprofits here that I think are unique to Cape Ann, where they work together to create a safety net. And whether it's Pathways for Children of the Y or the Open Door or the Action, I could go on and on and on.
Wellspring.
In Wellspring House, they put their arm around a particular family or individual that's in need, and I don't see that happening in a lot of other communities. We're blessed to have that happen here.
So now, if you are not a customer of Beauport Financial Services, is this not for you?
No, it is for you, because we recognize there are other financial advisors that are out there that do a great job, and we're looking to either plant the seed with you and your financial advisor. We'll meet with you, for an hour to kind of go over your stuff, but we're not looking to unseat a particular other financial advisor. I'm looking for something that's going to jazz me for the next 7 to 10 years doing what I love to do. If I can move the needle like my colleague George Groom did in Asheville, North Carolina, and do something special here with my partners here at Beauport, that's really what's driving me.
Yeah. So this is for anyone. The point was, because we spoke about this before, this isn't a vehicle for Beauport Financial to gain assets under roof. This is for anyone. This is really about the community, and you just putting out there that these options are available, and you'd love to help pave the way on how they could make that work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if people, if at the end of the day, folks need help with their financial advisory stuff, or their financial advisors retiring or whatever, sure, we're willing and able to help there. But this is really for us to be known, on the North Shore, that we have a specific, unique skill set that allows us to look under the hood at your investment portfolios and come up with some creative solutions with your CPA, with your attorney, not doing this in a vacuum by any means, and see where it goes. And we've had some great traction with it. So I'm 11 million into my $100 million goal. After
89 to go. Let's go.
89 million to go. Yeah. So we'll see where 2025 happens. And a lot of this isn't necessarily annual gifts. It could be planned gifts. It could be stuff that you're leaving in your wills and your trusts. And folks need to update their stuff from now and again. And
well, I know how we work. Annually, I come in. We have a snapshot of my investments. We know what my assets are, and we talk about my goals. We talk about my risk tolerance and stuff. And you have a tremendous program where you put everything into the pie and we readjust as needed. This would be another piece that goes right into that same program.
Right.
Exactly. And you're pulling levers and you're pushing and you come out and it spits out a very easy to understand where this all could fall into place for you
Right.
as an individual of means.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And it's
Yeah.
helpful, and again, we go back to it because I think it bears repeating. This is something that if you care about the community and listen, and you have this excess that you want to do good, you have the ability to do good, it is a way to maximize that without taking any more of a, without taking anything more off. You're doing it the most efficient way to, and as a part of your overall plan.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and what George said is that basically you have to prove to folks that they have that capacity. And if they don't have the capacity, that's fine. I mean, we saw people who gave to the YMCA that you'd sit there and say, oh my God, they don't have capacity, and they wrote a check anyway. Yeah. And then we had other people that, geez, we thought we were going to get this large gift from them, and it didn't materialize. They had other, other goals in mind for what other charities they had or whatever. So it's always a surprise as to where philanthropic capital comes from. I just know that, as you do, I mean, this is kind of a special place here, and it would be a great legacy for both of us to leave behind to the community. And I plan on, you do such a great job promoting philanthropy and nonprofits on your blog, and I would, love to be able to report back to you annually, how we're doing.
Yeah, that's right. We talked about having the old school thermometer, and you fill in the red as as you get closer to the goal.
Right.
So it's something we'll do probably digitally, but we're going to make that happen. Now, is there a fee? Is there any catches? Like are you working on a per fee basis on this? Or how does it work?
No, we're working with some of the nonprofits. We're going to be running symposiums, gatherings to kind of just promote philanthropy and the different tools that are out there. And so we'll be paying, we'll get some honorarium for them that will, in the form of a donation that we'll give back to the charity. But that's it. This is more of a, I'm not retiring by any means, but it's an adjunct, interest like you have from your lobster business. What you do at Good Morning Gloucester, this is going to be a separate initiative. Passion good word.
Yeah.
To drive me.
And it keeps you motivated. Not that this is mundane or boring to you, but you're doing it for forever and ever and ever. And there's certain things that you can do, help the community, and feel really good and give you purpose. As we get older, your kids get older, they're out of the house, they're doing their own thing. Purpose is important, right?
Right.
Yeah. Keep it
and
going.
Try to push the legacy along from Dick Wilson, who was our mentor and so forth, and did so much for the community. We're certainly can't fill the shoes of Dick, but hopefully he's looking down on us, saying, hey, pay it forward. He got to see a little bit of this before he passed away a couple of years ago as we were working on it, and he knew about George Groom's initiative. So. Hopefully he's looking down on us in a positive way.
So how can community members set up a meeting, talk to you about this, and say they want to hit the ground running? Like, what are the next steps for them? Would they get in touch with you, or is there a website? Or
we can go to BeauportFinancialServices.com. There's a bunch of information on the website. Local phone number 978-283-0748 if you're interested.
So is there a link on your website about this?
Yes.
Currently?
Yep. There's a whole place on the website that talks about our charitable giving initiative.
And it has more information right there. If you don't remember anything we were talking about right here, go right there. And I'm sure you're happy to talk to someone on the phone if they have any questions.
And there'll be different events and so forth that we'll be running throughout the coming months and years at various nonprofits along the way. To kind of ramp them up a little bit more and get them educated, because they're gonna be able to drive the needle on their own, I think, a little bit better too. Yeah,
there you go. Well, Dave, thanks for all you've done. The YMCA is a gift, right up there with like what I consider Beauport Hotel a gift. I consider this a gift. You know what I mean? I consider the Y a gift. I consider this a gift.
It's owned by the community. People think that maybe it's a city building or something. No. It's owned by the members, and we built all this so for when you and I get old.
I see a lot of folks that are, in their 60s and 70s, and they're 1,000% adding quality years to their life, rather than sitting on their butts and deteriorating. Because they say sitting is like the 1970s cigarettes.
Gotta get up and move.
Gotta move, baby.
Gotta move, baby, all the time.
All right.
Exactly.
Thanks, Dave.